Alright, we're looking at the Holger. If you guys watched my last stream, I was complaining and ranting about the Holger the entire time, but I do luckily have a reason to use the Holger now because of the latest update. Look, the Holger is not a phenomenal weapon. It's not really, in my opinion, better than anything else. The pros of other weapons simply outweigh the pros of the Holger. But at least now, the Holger has pros to speak of, because before, it was a worse kilo, where its only benefit was that you didn't need to equip an attachment for a 100-round magazine, and it had better base range when comparing to a no attachment kilo. But now, basically to summarize what they did to the Holger, it's increased movement speed, improved ADS time for the Spitfire barrel, as well as faster movement and reduced hip spread. On the ultralight barrel, improved ADS time. The 30-round magazine has reduced sprint out time, improved ADS time, faster movement, improved hip fire spread profile. And then with the nose stock, you have increased sprint out time, faster movement, reduced hip spread, improved ADS time, and improved ADS time again on the stippled grip. So really, you get the picture. It's improved movement things. All of the movement things and the hip fire, the more CQC nature things of this gun have been improved. And that's awesome. The gun now feels a lot snappier and lighter in the hand, and I really appreciate that. Now, does this mean it's a good gun? It is suddenly top tier. It is up there in the meta? No. The only thing I know about this weapon that makes it better than anything else is that if you used a 30-round mag, nose stock, 5mm laser, then the gun has a really great sprint to fire speed. The problem is the weapon doesn't deal a ton of damage. It isn't incredibly accurate, and 30 rounds, isn't meta. And I know that sounds cringy, and trust me guys, I encourage you to play outside the meta, but in these types of videos, I like to talk about what is optimal. Hopefully there's no confusion. You guys have seen me use weird weapons and attachment combinations in my gameplay commentaries. I'm all about customization. I'm strictly talking about what's optimal here. So, just in the purpose of fairness towards the Holger, let me just tell you that the Holger is really good when it comes to its sprint out time compared to, I'm pretty sure, almost every other assault rifle. There is now a reason to use the Holger over something like the Kilo because the Holger is better when it comes to mobility. If you take off the stock, if you use stippled grip, it's even better. You can really make it a lightweight powerhouse. And for close to medium range, it'll work pretty well. The problem is, and look, we are already done giving the weapon credit, kinda sucks to say, but it doesn't have an amazing time to kill. From the charts that I'm using here from Exclusive Ace, the Kilo fires a little bit faster, but does the same damage, and according to you guys in my chat, has the same headshot multiplier. So the Kilo does shoot a little faster, and it is definitely far more accurate. And the Kilo can be given the 19-inch barrel and monolithic suppressor, and it can 4-shot people to the upper torso at 50 fucking meters. The Kilo is an absolute powerhouse. In fact, the Kilo almost puts out too much damage for how accurate it is, and the Kilo can have a 50 or 60 round magazine and 100 if it wants. It is a better Holger still in my opinion. Just know that now the Holger can be set up to be incredibly lightweight and snappy. But the Holger, when it's in its more carbine-like form with a 30-round magazine and a shorter barrel, it is really good up close. It's like a niche 30-round magazine up-close assault rifle. But here's my point. Why not just use an SMG? I think other SMGs would do that a lot better, and of course they're gonna have great sprint out time, especially if you use 5mm lasers if you're into that. There's really not a lot of reason to use the Holger in close range. The Holger starts to do a little bit better at mid-range, but I think other weapons are more accurate and fire at a faster fire rate at mid-range. Okay, let me just put it to you this way. The Holger now has a bunch of mobility increases, so once you come out of sprint faster than you did before, and you aim down sight faster than you did before, and you have better hip fire than you did before, the bullets that come out of the gun are still not that impressive. They're not very fast and they're not very high damage. Up close, you're better off using an MP5, an MP7, a P90, an M13, an M4, guns that shoot faster, that can put out their rounds faster, because honestly, the margin for error gets so small as your rate of fire goes down, and the Holger isn't a slouch when it comes to rate of fire, but it's not very impressive. And honestly, after the latest update, that's my opinion of the Holger. It's still not very impressive, but it's mobile while doing so. At least it feels snappy and loose in the hand, it feels reactive in the hand, but when it comes to the actual act of pulling the trigger on somebody, the other weapons do what it's doing so much better. And we're mostly talking about the Holger as an AR. As an LMG, the MK9 is so much better. If you're gonna use it like an LMG, just know The MK9, the Bruin MK9, fires at the same rate of fire, but is capable of getting a 3-shot kill, having a 200-round magazine, and even though the Holger might be lighter and it might be a little bit more agile now, the MK9 can have its stock taken off, its barrel shortened, a 60-round magazine attached, stippled grip, laser sights. You can really lighten up the Bruin MK9. So, it's not as light as the Holger, but it's still something that's comparable. And yeah, if my friend was like, hey, I'm gonna use a Holger, come at me with something similar, I would just use the MK9 because it's better. That was the weakest example I could give, but yeah. Sorry this video isn't too entertaining or fun to watch. There's nothing much to say. The Holger's faster now. The Holger kind of feels like the MTAR from Black Ops 2 now. It feels sort of lightweight and agile, but not really, I don't know, spectacular in any way. It's pretty versatile, but other weapons do its versatility so much better. And not just meta weapons like the M4 or MP5. The M13, the Ram, the Grau, I think they're a little bit better. I just do. The AUG, the P90, I think you're better off using those weapons. There still isn't a lot of reason for me to sing the praises of the Holger, but at least now, one of my favorite aesthetic weapons in the game is more viable, and I like that. I like that it's the lightweight LMG that can be converted into more of an assault rifle. I like that. It's good where it is. The only thing I think they should do to it, if they're gonna keep the magazine where it is and everything, I would say increase the headshot multiplier and speed up the reload time by a lot. I think that'd make it a little bit more competitive because currently it has the same headshot multiplier as the Kilo, but more recoil and visual shake than the Kilo. So for me, it's a no-brainer to use any other gun but the Holger, but at the same time, the other guns that I mentioned don't have anime skins, so go crazy, weebs. Anyway, I'll see you when I see you guys. Goodbye. Simple video. My simple videos suck. I need to go back to making 13-minute long bloated videos where I rant for too long. Everybody likes those way more.